It's your boy Young Billionaire Boxing here with the trainer, fighter Malik Scott, Philadelphia's own. Now, what I seen you doing, Malik, was something that I haven't really seen Deontay doing, which is throwing jabs to the left, throwing jabs to the right, going backwards. What is that like? How long did it take you to implement that into Deontay, into his game?
I wouldn't really say I implement. I watched Deontay do a lot of these things when he was younger, and I watched him not do it. But it's like when I don't see Deontay doing certain things, it's not like I look at him and say, he's not doing it because he can't do it. It's just not happening.
Okay.
So it's my job as his head trainer to make sure those responsible things are happening. Every fighter, what makes you more complete is you being able to do everything, every direction.
Right.
Larry Holmes, Vitaly Klitschko, Floyd Mayweather. They can go to the left, right, back, forward, and they can do everything well going in these directions. They're no different than Deontay. They're no more dynamic than Deontay. Deontay can do anything in that ring he wants to do. He just have to want to take to it, believe in it, and want to do it.
And how did you mold your training style? I know you come from Philadelphia and you've been around some legendary coaches.
Yeah, I'm on my training style after Fred Jenkins.
Oh, Freddie Jenkins. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's someone that's like a father to me. Harold Knight, very, very good underrated trainer who trained me. Joe Goosen, all the teachers that taught me everything I've learned since I've been 12 years old. I added my spice on it, my sequence on it, and built my own system around it, and now that's what I do.
And when you say that, I heard you saying you're on your Bob Foster right now.
Yes.
So what is the comparisons between Deontay and Bob Foster?
The up jab. Deontay has the same kind of shotgun up jab off his front foot that Bob Foster had. And you can look at even fights that Bob Foster lost. It wasn't because he wasn't hitting guys with up jabs. It's just because those guys was bigger than him, the Ali's, the Frazier. So sometimes I look at fighters for certain elements. I studied Bob Foster for the way he kept his left shoulder tucked.
Yeah.
His up jab would come. Deontay does that very well. When after he take a walk, he get in a very good hands down position with his left hand. And why, if you're in that position, you might as well use one of your best weapons that you may not know is your best weapon, which is his up jab. And he has a very, very good up jab. And it reminded me of like Bob Foster, the way Bob Foster set up Corey before he knocked him out. Most people see the straight right hand that he threw with the clean up hook, but that all started because Bob Foster, Corey was here, correct?
Right.
Shorter than Bob. So if Bob was throwing the straight right hand, he was over top of him. So Bob Foster lifted him up. He eventually lifted him up, and after a few rounds, he lifted someone up. Now they're there where you want him to be. He missed the right hand and threw a good cleanup hook. And then it was it.
And tell me how, like, the longevity in heavyweights, because Deontay said he wants to fight 3 more years, and you see heavyweights seem to last longer, and Deontay looks extremely fresh.
Yes.
Like, how long, you know, 3 years is not a long time, but...
Yeah, it's not a long time, but he's done so much in such short little time.
Right.
In all actuality. But we'll see, man. I really believe him at that. His body is not the same, even though he's refreshed. He's not 27 no more. He's going up until the 36, 37.
Yeah, he's going to be 37 in October, huh?
Absolutely. So it's almost like his body. And he's always been good at listening to his body. But for him to give himself 3 years with all this hard training he's doing, that says a lot about the kind of man and athlete he is and how much he want to be a complete fighter and how much he want to accomplish his dreams and other aspirations.
And I know in the questions earlier we were asking about what's the biggest fight left, and there's a part of me that still wants to see him and AJ, man.
Absolutely, that's the fight I'm like as a head trainer after. I'm after him and AJ. I'm very excited about him and Usyk. I'm very excited about him and Helenius. But I don't put none of these guys in front of Helenius. They're just in conversation. Helenius is first.
Right, you can't look past him. No, and what do you expect from Helenius, like his style-wise? Do you?
I expect Helenius to come and try to use some Fury tactics to back Deontay up. But as you can see, Deontay can do what he want to do when he back up. Like, and this is a very light day. This is not us even stopping, breaking stuff down, holding the work, really getting in tune with the technical sound. This was just for us to break a sweat before we hopped in the freeway. And it was good. I'm glad we got the rounds in, went straight through. I expect Helenius to come with a Fury type of mentality, but we're going to see, do he have a Fury type of chin? Because if he's adamant about coming forward the way he's been saying, that he's going to find out very early in this fight that's the wrong game plan to do with the hardest puncher in the history of the sport.
And when you say, okay, now when you look at it, because I see you added a lot to him, but how do you add wrinkles to his game without changing him?
Well, if you notice, Deontay is very athletic.
Yes, sir.
He's very awkward. I don't touch that. awkwardness or that extra athleticism. If he do things after a punch, someone will be like, wow, what was that? Why did he do that? Well, this is a part of who he is. I don't really touch that. What I touch is his fundamentally sound base, which is his feet, him keeping the proper space in between his feet, which is a very important thing for someone of his height. Klitschko and Larry Holmes was masters at that, to make sure that his hand positioning is good. Our hands is not under our chin more than half of the fight, to make sure that we're setting things up and just not throwing punches. I'm into sequence. I'm a sequence guy. I keep telling everyone that, and that's who I am. I'm a fundamental. I'm into the craft. I'm into the scientific.
Philadelphia, man.
Yeah, you already know how we do, man.
Yeah,
you win, lose, or draw, or whatever it is. You could say people make out Deontay could be. One thing for sure, two things for certain, that he'll be better after I'm done with him than he was before I came on his head.
I saw improvement.